I would say you're absolutely right. Police officers are supposed to be good. And a part of me believes that most of them are good. I do believe that. I believe that most of them are good. I believe that the ones who are not good use their role, their authority role, to be authoritarian, and um, it's not fair. It's heartbreaking. I'm trying not to cry, because if I cry, I'll just lose it. We have a huge problem in our country. We have lots of huge problems, okay? But one of the biggest ones that's coming to light now, it's like coming to the surface now more than ever and faster than ever, is our serious white supremacy and racism. And I say this as, I mean, obviously, I'm about as white as they come. Um, and, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. It's going to take more than people of color standing up to change the culture of our country and to change the laws and to really truly affect change that's going to be everlasting and that's going to build a better world. It's going to take more than people of color, because people of color have been standing up and they have been saying what needs to be said for a long, long time. What's unfortunate is that it's not until white people start also advocating, and more specifically, white men. We need our white men to be advocating for people of color. It is part of our hardwiring as humans, that's part of evolution, that we fear what we do not understand. Because fear used to be what kept us alive. Well, that fear doesn't serve us in this instance, when we are afraid of what we don't understand. That doesn't serve us. When you back down from activism, when you back down from looking at the harsh reality that everyday people of color are experiencing in our world, people with disabilities as well, when you back down from taking a hard look at that out of fear, that's not helping. It's not helping. In fact, you're contributing to the problem if you are doing nothing but backing down and backing away. You are contributing to the problem. And I say this as someone who I regularly need to back off from whatever I'm doing, regardless of whether it's just living my day-to-day life or whatever. I say this as someone, I constantly have to back away from whatever I'm doing to take care of me and myself and my soul, my heart, my energy, my everything. Okay? It's called boundaries. Okay? You can still engage and be active and speak out and take action against white supremacy and racism in our country, And you can also still take care of yourself. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. It's not a binary, you know? It's not a binary unless you make it one. But that doesn't, it's not a valid binary. We need everyone, but we especially need our white men to speak up, to be active. It's sickening what's going on in our country. And like, how many more people have to die just because they're trying to live their life? How many more people have to die before we change as a country? I don't know the answer to that. I would really like to say zero, but I do feel like the things that the current president says, um, that he basically gives white supremacists permission to come out of the woodwork and to be more brazen and to be more authoritarian and to take more action into their own hands. I feel like the offhanded remarks and the casual things that he says, because he's not using his brain, I think that people, when people take what he says literally, and when they literally take it as a permission slip to do whatever they want, basically. And it's disturbing. It's absolutely disturbing. There's no simple answer. I still believe that most people are good. I believe that too many people of color have already died just trying to live their life. And, as every single person who's white is privileged. It doesn't matter how poor you are or how rich you are. Every single white person is privileged. All of us white people have white privilege. Privilege is not necessarily a bad thing. We can use it for good. We can use it to be the white person in a situation. I've done it before. I've done it before. I was in the train station going to work one morning, and I was the only witness to an assault made by a white man to a black man. I was the only witness. And I knew that black man was in trouble if I didn't do something. So I did something. I was scared because they were the only two people around at that point. I was nervous and scared, but I did it anyway. And because here's the thing, I wasn't concerned for my own safety because of the color of my skin. See, that's white privilege right there. So I stood around and waited until law enforcement came, and then I made sure to tell every single law enforcement person who was there, exactly what I saw. And I made sure that they had my information. I made sure that the young man who was assaulted had my information. And I said, you know, it's like, if you need backup, if you need me to come and be white for you, that's essentially what I was saying, even though I didn't really say it like that. I will happily do it. I've done it before. I've just told you, and I will do it again. I've done it more than that one time, but that was the time that was, you know, the ante was the highest, so to speak. So, yeah. Um, if you need a white person to come and be with you, as sad as it is that that's a thing that's needed in our world, but it just is right now. But I will come and be your white person. I will. So, anyway, this started out as I was trying to answer a journal prompt of what would I say to a 7-year-old who just learned about George Floyd's murder, his murder. Police officers are supposed to be good. And I still believe that most of them are. Like all extremists, it's the bad ones that unfortunately give all police a bad rap. You know, like all extremists of any type of extreme that exists, you know. It's always the extremists that get the bad rap for the whole group. We are in a time of significant change in the country and also in the world. And I I just feel like, you know, all of this racism and white supremacy is part of kind of the big, you know, the big icky goo that's coming to the surface and is exploding out everywhere. Um, it is This is part of our global healing. How we, those of us who can, how we address this as a collective is going to determine how we heal globally. So there is no easy answer, is there? There might be simple answers, but they're not easy. So hang in there, everybody. Hang in there. Keep going. Keep doing it. Keep fighting. Step away to take care of yourself when you need to, and then come back when you can. You know? Definitely take care of yourself, because if you can't and don't take care of yourself, then you cannot take care of anyone else. So, okay. I think that's it. I just want to send out some love. Mm. Thank you for being here with me. I'll see you soon.